So Nicole, wasn't hard enough to vote at 4. Now you got to come back and do it again at 3.
Yeah.
Where's Miyaya at with this right now?
You know, we just missed you so much. We decided to come back.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. This really sucks. Yesterday, when our tribe was formed, we felt really solid in this 3. We were excited about this 3. We thought we could ride this out until a potential swap. So yeah, it sucks. It really could be anyone at this point. It doesn't feel good to be here again. I think both of us are feeling really crappy about that puzzle performance over there, but it is what it is.
Ryan, not many criteria left, right? It's just the 3 of you. You try to figure out which one is it going to be, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes plans can come together to a point and then you don't end up losing and then they fall apart right in front of you, and then we all just do a little speed dating and make our pitches and then see where everything falls after, but part of the game.
Before last challenge, Kaylee, any talk or hopes for maybe a merge, swap, something like that?
That's all we talked about. That is all we talked about for our break was, is it going to be 17 with one person out, one person going to exile, 2 groups of 8? Is it going to be 4 groups of 4? Like, we had every plan mapped out, and all of us agreed there's no way they'll do 2-person challenges. There's no way, and that's what we faced, so that was definitely not in the cards for us.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. We always take a lot of pride in keeping you up down.
Yeah, job well done.
So Nicole, just talk a little bit about the few minutes after the challenge leading up to here.
I mean, at this point, it can only be so many of it. It can only be me or Kaylee or Ryan, so obviously we all just pitch the other person to the other person. We probably talked to the person for, 2 minutes, even less than that. It's just kind of a scramble, and you hope that the person you talk to is trustworthy in their vote.
What's your pitch? Why you?
Why me? I'm a loyal ally, and if I said I'm going to be with you, I will be with you to the very end. If I hear your name, I will let you know, and I will try my best to deflect that vote out of anyone's mouth. And I'm just the truest ally there is.
Same question. What do you say, Ryan?
My pitch was that I can potentially work as a shield down the line in a potential swap or a merge situation, and from mixer and tribe swaps from the first night, more of my connections are still in the game, so I can potentially open up some other avenues to shake things up if the move is ever necessary down the line. So that's really good.
How about you, Kaylee?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of the 2, right? You try to be the best ally you can, be as honest and truthful as you possibly can be, and at the same time, you want to have those pre-existing connections to be able to pull more people. It's a numbers game at the end of the day. You need to figure out where the number is going to sit at the end of today and who's going to have the advantage. So being able to talk that through and figure out, okay, if it goes this way or that way, where am I going to sit? And where can I sit with the other person next to me? Because ideally, you're picking the person that you're going to be most close with moving forward.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Sucks, y'all. It's been a fun ride, so good luck to everybody.
Good luck, y'all.
All right, let's get to the vote. Ryan, you're up.
All right, there you have it. These small tribals are, I don't know about anyone watching at home, they are giving me pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter. It's crazy. As they said, they never expected to have a challenge done by 2 people. So I know for me, I never would have considered that my season. So it's definitely crazy. I don't know if anyone at home has anyone that they are rooting for on Wayaya. Please shout them out in the comment sections. I honestly don't know. I have no idea. In these small dynamic situations, so I'm very interested to see where the votes land. Are they thinking tribe strength, alliances, nowhere to hide or no wiggle room? So I see some people giving some love, so continue to give love to all these wonderful people who have worked so hard to get here. Once again, let's bring up an oldie but a goodie, an old picture of their tribe, just to remind everyone again. So currently at Tribal we have Ryan, Nicole, and Kaylee. Sadly, Kelsey and Kyle were voted out earlier, so we are very interested to see where these end up.
What are we talking about?
I was just saying that, you know, I was asking everyone to give some love to everyone that they're rooting for in the comments, and again, I have no idea.
So, what I've been picking up past couple days is I think that Ryan and Kaylee are kind of the power duo of the tribe. I feel like whenever I've watched them in challenges, they seem to be the ones really taking the charge in like the leadership role, or like never really sitting out, things like that. But I'm wondering if I think Kaylee might be in the middle position. I think, you know, Ryan would be a great shield for Kaylee. But
Kaylee would be a good ally.
Right, but Kaylee and Nicole,
And Nicole would be a good ally.
good allies together. And also, I'm wondering if, you know, it's possible that the girls are looking at the possibility of the fact that more female presenting players have gone out more than the male presenting players. So that could also be a factor.
Yeah.
But as someone who is, I've played a game in the past with Kaylee, and if I know her as a player, I think she would rather keep a shield for her
Maybe.
than worry about
That's smart.
like gender politics.
Again, there's only 3 of them, so I feel like it's gonna be quick. So we're gonna head back in and see what happens. Yeah, yeah. Speculation only. Like we can only speculate.
Yeah,
Because again,
that's what we're here for. We don't know.
in this dynamic, if you're the swing vote, if you feel you've got all the power in the world, so technically it's not even those that might be the ones in the power seat. It's that
Kaylee
swing
picked Ryan
vote.
first power see?
It could be.
Kaylee calling the shots.
But
I agree,
speculation, we don't know.
Andy. I see. That's my speculation. I agree. I think that's going to be what she's going to do. But I think she really is the swing vote here.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see. All right.
Ryan is a loyal team. Oh.
All right, we're gonna head back in.
Tally the votes. If anyone has an advantage or idol and you want to play it, now's your time. Tally the votes. Ryan. Kaylee. Ryan.
Sorry,
Savage.
Ryan.
Good
I'm
work,
sorry.
yo. Good work. Big question out there, right?
Ryan. Appreciate it.
Right, as you just saw, Ryan voted out over a vote against Kaylee. That's not how I think I saw that going. Phil here.
I don't know really where to look right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, everyone says interesting.
Yeah,
I know.
that was really surprising. I spent a lot of time with Yaya, they call themselves. themselves.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
boring. Phil's a lot more confident,
Yes,
calm, cool,
sorry,
collected than
sorry,
Isaiah is.
yes.
Sorry.
It would have been just, I would have been like,
Yes, I got to spend a lot of time today and even a little last night with the Wayaya tribe and just seeing their dynamic and the relationships they had. This was surprising. I think that there was a lot of chatter between them of, you know, like prior starting groups and who's going to be connected back up with who, when and if a merge happens or a swap. And so I thought Ryan was in a really good spot.
Yeah.
So something clearly between these two girls is there that is causing them feeling like they need to stay as each
Yeah.
other's one in this game. So
because I honestly thought it was going to be Ryan versus Nicole. Though.
I thought Kaylee was in the power
So
position.
Nicole was in the power position.
Nicole.
So
Nicole,
and with
yeah.
Ryan and Kaylee both, as we said, being kind of those front runners, they probably went to Nicole to pitch because they were probably worried about the other one. And that's what happens when you've got strong personalities
Yeah.
on tribes together who can't seem to find a
find a way to go for each other.
Who should work together.
they truly should work together.
I don't. Who could we be talking
I
about?
wonder, my goodness, how dare we?
Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked by that. That
Yeah.
not what I expected. So.
Well, Ryan played an amazing game.
Yes,
he
very.
was fully phenomenal. So very sad to see him go. And now we are going to come in with. Okay, I'm gonna say it.
Interesting.
Lonan.
No,
Lonan.
Lonan. I was saying it wrong.
like non-bread.
Lonan.
Lonan.
We're about to say
About to come
Lonan
in.
is about to come in, and I don't know how those dynamics are going to play out.
I don't either.
Because
They still have 4.
yeah, someone did say a very interesting comment that technically Yellow has not voted anyone out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're so
They
right.
didn't vote out.
Oh my God. I didn't even
So
think about
that's
that.
a crazy
They have
thing.
not-
So,
and
so
that's a big thing to be tested
thing.
and have to come here and actually
Every-
prove alliances.
Everyone else has had to prove something.
I
so
have not thought about that.
That
I don't
is
know.
interesting. So we'll see what happens with
Yeah.
that information because, as we said, going to tribal solidifies those trust and those bonds that you make with people. So I don't know. We'll see. But let's focus on Lonan as they are about to come back in.
Hi, Danny. Sorry, I just see Danny.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Love you, Danny.
Anything else? I think
See
that's.
you later.
Yeah.
Woohoo, yeah. Oh, someone said loving your SC10 episodes.
Aw, Justin.
Yes, they're amazing. Thank you.
All right. We're gonna head in.
7.
There's our current reigning winner, Shauna. Who will she pass the crown on to? If you have predictions of who you think is going to win SC11, drop them in the comments below. Or if you just want to root for somebody, go ahead and do that too. We love some predictions. And here comes Lonan. Let's bring up just a reminder again. On Lonan coming in, we have, once they make their way over the bridge. Sadly, Aaron is not with them, but we have Leah, Lisa, Nick, and Dan. Very interesting. Potentially fell apart.
Lonan, it's been a while since you've been here, so that's been a good thing at least, right? How's the rest of the afternoon gone? It's been a tough run for you, but the last I don't know, what, 4 challenges? You've been doing some good things out there. Does it feel like your dynamics changed at all? You feel still the same bonds? Or let's talk about that, Dan.
Yeah, I think our bonds are probably stronger than ever. Like, winning is a great motivator. It brings people together. It makes you feel good. But moments like this make it even harder. It's now the crushing realization of like, oh, did it once and it wasn't easy then, and it's probably even harder now. We have a great group here, and it's tough, and so here we are.
So Leah, what's it come down to now? When you're looking at this point of the game, there's so many things to think about.
Yeah.
What seems to be the driving force for this vote?
Well, I'm pretty sure all of us are seeing an impending swap or a merge or something. So at this point, I think it's just really about what is going to be best for your personal game, post-merge, post-swap, that type of thing. Like, that's what you have to start thinking about at this point. It goes so quickly.
So how do you pick that apart, Nick? Is it going back and remembering who was with whom on which nights and trying to connect the puzzle back together and seeing what's happening and interactions in the field? Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I barely know my name right now, so no, I mean, everyone was just like hanging out and talking, and we're all starting to kind of get excited about what's next to come. And I'm, you know, it just sucks that you have to be here essentially right before that about to come is about to come. So yeah, it's a little bit of a numbers game. It's a little bit of an opportunity to kind of sow your oats outside of where you're at, but also just like everyone's been so cool here, and it's been really lovely to kind of be a part of.
Elisa, we're always interested about the dynamics, what's happening right before you come in. Tell us about Lonon's last 15, 20 minutes.
I'm trying really hard not to cry. Thank you. I don't know. It's been it just feels like a really pivotal decision, and it's really hard no matter what comes out of it. So we took our time with each and every person that we have here. We listened. I think everybody had open ears, and everybody made some really, really solid points. I really don't want to be here. I really wanted this group to stick together, and I have adored spending the time with the 3 of these people, and yeah, I don't know, just having a really hard time with it. It hit me really hard like a second ago, and it's kind of hard to surmount it at the moment, so I feel like my brain is scrambled eggs.
Fair enough. Anything else you want to talk about? All right, we'll get to the vote.
All right. Lonon, as he said, had a very rocky start yesterday, you know, with getting no points until like the second or third to last challenge. So today they hit such a good stride with each other. They were able to avoid, you know, tribal council with the exception of one, but they got a few wins there, which was good, and now they're back, and you know, this group does seem very close. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know if Elisa being emotional has, you know, maybe she thinks that she's on the chopping block, or does she have to make a decision? Leah is giving a good winner vibe. Yeah, Anthony, you know, she's definitely, you know, had a really good solid performance in these challenges, and you know, doing a good job. You know, if she's able to make it past this vote, then her social connections also are proving to be good. So we'll see. I don't know who has what. That's a cheeky question. I just hit live and I film what's happening here. We'll know as soon as anybody whips anything out at Tribal. That's kind of like how that goes, because I am not sleeping in those backland grounds in Macomb. I did that last year. So I don't know who has what or what's out there. So, but I am very interested to see these dynamics, and everyone's saying, because this will be, I think we're down to 15. So 15 is a good hypothetical, and we'll have what, 2 tribes of 2? You know, John is feeling especially spicy this season, so I wouldn't put it past him to keep things a little shaken up, but you know, we'll see what happens there. Let's see where they're at with the voting real quickly. Okay, do I have 2 people? But yeah, it looks like they did bring everything. Yeah, this tribe opened up a luxury box. Yeah, they did mention that. So they got that Skittles and jerky. So we'll see. Hey, hey.
Here with a little bit of info for you.
Oh yes, Bill.
Leah just came back from voting and she is already crying into her hands. So whether that means she thinks she's going home, or my guess is she did not want to write down the name that she just wrote down. I think this is going to be a pretty emotional go.
Oh boy, I don't like that. Yeah, and with this dynamics, I don't know who could be where.
I really think that their win streak today, they thought they were going to make it to the swap without having to get rid of another person. So I think it's going to be a toughie. But I just wanted to come back and say that because I was like,
Sam with the T.
Literally gutting.
Sam with the drama.
Seeing people cry. I'm an empathy crier. If I see other people sad, I get sad. It's hard. I can't live my life in emotional spaces like this.
So there you have it, folks. It's emotional. I think Nick's there now. Oh, Sam's back.
Elisa's crying too.
Okay. So does that mean it's one of the girls? Did Leah vote Elisa? Are they voting someone that they really like? Are they voting Nick or Dan? It's hard. These small votes are so hard because you are fighting tooth and nail with these people to get immunity, and you're sleeping with them with barely nothing. You're putting yourself in your most vulnerable, and you have to also show a sense of, self to connect with them on a level. So, oh man, it's very exciting, and it's very emotional. It's exciting in the sense of, these are where your true loyalties and alliances get tested, but it's very emotional in the sense of you never want to be put in this position. I feel like we're potential team with that we lost. That's true. Who knows what could happen, because also when swaps happen, that's also where tendencies people tend to get, as we like to call it, swap screwed. Because depending on how many people you've lost, like Coco has lost almost all their tribe, so they either could be an ally, for somebody who needs a number, or people could say they're the easy vote and pick them off. Those are the thoughts that people are like, do we need this extra body? Do we pick them up? Or do we just take them out and then worry about our own alliance? Questions. I've seen things go both ways. All right, we're gonna head back in.
votes. Nick. Dan. Nick.
God, this is like the real thing. Everyone. I loved every moment of this. My body did not, but I am still here. And I proved to do so much more than I thought I was capable of. And I will leave you with one last thing. I might not have won.
Oh, there you have it. Nick voted out. Oh, man, heartbreaking. There was a lot of emotion, a lot of tears there. Very, very sad. There you have it. And then there were 15.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think we gotta cut this one quick so we can
do.
preserve. There's the word.
Yes.
Some battery.
Yes.
We're dying.
Instant
We're dying
iconic
on us.
exit.
Yeah.
Amazing. He was amazing.
He was a ham. We loved it.
But like I said, we have to continue moving on. All right, we'll see you all soon. Bye.